Hi guys, I hope you had a great weekend and a wonderful holiday. We're going to go over the language calendar for kindergarten through second grade. It's the one that has a boy and a girl with an umbrella in the corner of it. It's for the week of April 13th through the 17th. Now, on Monday, April 13th, it has a categorization vocabulary exercise for your student to do. They want you to name 3 vehicles that travel on the land, and I think that will be a good one for the younger students to do. Try to think of 3 things that travel on the land, the water, and the air. Come up with some ideas with that. I always tell the students try to think of things with wheels for the land exercise, and they could come up with some ideas such as a bus, a car, a tractor trailer, a bicycle. When you're talking about the water, they could give some vehicles such as a boat, a submarine, a canoe, a kayak, those type of vehicles. When we talk about the air, they could think of something like a jet or an airplane, a helicopter, a hang glider, or even a blimp if they have seen one of those. So you could talk about those things and those vehicles and what they do in your activity for that day on the 13th. Now on the 14th, it's a little bit of a different activity. They want you to tell or explain, how does a toilet work? And this got me to thinking too, because I thought, well, I've never really thought about this, but the purpose of this activity is they want your student to start being able to explain how something works or how something happens, just to be able to use that language to explain something. So and you never really think about how that item in your home really works, so you might want to help your student through that a little bit. Talk about how you push the handle down and about the flapper in the tank and how the water pushes it through and cleans it out and clears it out, and just see if they can actually explain the process and the procedure to you, and to see if they can use vocabulary terms to you and get a clear thought through. So that's your activity on the 14th. Now on the 15th, it's kind of a fun one. It says to use only one hand when you try these tasks with your student. Try to brush your teeth, try to hammer a nail, and to try to put on a glove or a mitten and tell what happened. All right, so I want to hear back and see how that activity went with your student. Now on the 16th, it wants you to think of these 3 things: a fire truck, an ambulance, and a police car. It wants you to have your student to be able to tell, how are these things alike and how are these things different. So think of those 3 things: a fire truck, a police car, and an ambulance. How are those things alike? And have a discussion with them. Have them tell you, how are those 3 things alike? Well, they do help people in emergency situations, don't they? But then how are they different? And you could talk with your student about it and talk about the different emergency situations for each one of those vehicles, what they're used for. Like a fire truck is used for fires, the ambulance takes people to the hospital or helps them when they're sick, and a police car offers assistance to people or helps us when someone has broken the law or something like that. So have those conversations with your student too. That kind of helps with being able to tell how things are alike and things are different. Now on the 17th, it wants you to be able to have your student tell how to make a paper airplane. And I think most people know how to make a paper airplane. So this is a fun activity that you can do with your students. Sit down with them before you have them tell you how to do it. Make a paper airplane with them. Fold the paper in half, go through those steps with them, make a paper airplane, and when you're done, have them tell you back what you just did. Have them tell you in their own words. And that's kind of like related to the activity on the Tuesday the 14th to tell you how you did something or how something works, and see if they can use complete thoughts and use the right vocabulary and words to get their message across in that activity. And then that would be for Friday the 17th. But on the 18th, they want you to do something. This is a bonus one right here, and it's on the 18th. Use 3 words to describe rain. Now, a lot of our students I've noticed have a hard time describing things and using description words. So this would be a good activity to get some describing in and increase their vocabulary. So use 3 words to describe the word rain. And when I think of the word rain, there are several things that come to mind with me, and one's wet, cold, and it could be sprinkle or downpour or words like that. So go over that with your student as well. That will help them with their vocabulary and their language skills, and I hope you had fun with these activities this week. If you need me or you have any questions or concerns, you know where to email me or message me on Remind. I don't mind to help you one bit with anything or any questions you may have. So I hope you all have a good week. Bye-bye.